We have a very special guest who is at the forefront of integrating cutting-edge technology with agile methodologies. Our guest is Chief Technology Officer at GrabAgile, a company dedicated to fostering professional growth, increasing operational efficiency, and driving strategic business development within the agile community. He oversees the integration of advanced technology to support Scrum Alliance certification training, develop customized software solution for training companies, and offer consulting services to enhance trainer capabilities. In addition to the role at GrabAgile, he is a member of Forbes Technology Council and holds a B.Tech in computer science, an M.Tech, and a PhD. He is also a proud co-author of I Can Code Stories of Commitment Volume 2, which shares insights into the power of coaching and the journey of 25 digital coaches who have transformed their families' financial fortunes. A prolific innovator, he holds patents in agriculture technology and anti-piracy. One patent, a system and method for enhancing hydroponic efficiency using IoT and AI-based algorithm, optimizes plant growth in a soilless environment. Another patent, a system and method for enabling camcording piracy prevention, combats film piracy using infrared LEDs and a monitoring system. Additionally, he is also a member of 10 crore champion of the Internet Lifestyle Academy and 1 crore champion of the ILH. So please join me in welcoming our esteemed guest, Mr. Vamsi Krishna, a true innovator, a leader in tech and agile field. We are thrilled to have you here in the session and hear insights and experiences from you today. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, Sachi, for a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. I am delighted to be here with you today.
So in case I missed out something, I would like you to introduce yourself to the people over here.
Sure, sure. First of all, I'm so happy and delighted to be here. I'm currently Chief Technology Officer at GrabAgile, where we specialize in integrating agile methodologies, that is a advanced technology solution to drive innovation and efficiency. We actually have three parts of our business. One is training, consulting, second one is consulting, and third one is web application development for training companies. So these are the three different parts of our business. And I began my career with a B.Tech computer science, and then I did my master's. Then I did recently I completed my PhD, and where I had a couple of patents, as you mentioned earlier. Today, as a CTO, I'm responsible for overseeing the technological strategy, ensuring our systems, managing the training program. So basically, I'll be managing all three parts of the business. And in addition to my role at GrabAgile, I am a member in Forbes Technology Council as well. So that is another thing which that is another part of my personal journey. And I write articles about Agile on Forbes website. So I am a contributor for Forbes, wherein I'll be writing articles, different articles on Agile, and few articles have been published, and few of them are coming up. So that is another thing. In this podcast, I'll be sharing my career journey, discussing the importance of agile methodologies. I can explain the role of CTO and all these things. So thank you, Sachi, once again for having me. And I look forward to our conversation today.
Yes, we'll go through all the details and thank you for introducing yourself.
You're welcome.
So before we move ahead, you have been working in this role. So could you share with us what made you choose first B.Tech, then computer science, and then masters, and then moving on to the doing PhD?
Great question. when I started, like after my 12th, purely because of my father, I chose B.Tech. At that time, I didn't have any aspiration. Like I wanted to become an engineer or I want to become a doctor. So when I was a kid, like below 18 years, I never had a dream that I wanted to become this. Frankly speaking, I didn't have any dream. Uh, at the After I completed my 12th, which is in Andhra Pradesh, it's intermediate. So after completing intermediate, my dad's dream is to make me an engineer. My father is a car driver, and he's a car driver for collector, so district collector. And his dream is to make me a uh, engineer. He wanted to see me as a computer engineer. So that was his dream. And he made me join in an engineering college. That's the actual story. Okay. And after joining engineering, there I liked, after working on computers and all, those days, when I was doing it was around I come 99 2003. Computers are not that famous. There were no laptops. It was all desktops. And at that time in the college, we had a uh, pr- course called multimedia. So it's all about graphics and doing animations, all those things. There I like that. I was like creating those animations, creating. Now that software is obsolete. Like Macromedia Flash. Macromedia is bought by Adobe right now. So that software I used to experiment a lot. I used to play with it. I used to create animations and all those things. So there I found my interest, and I started exploring more about multimedia. And then I got an opportunity through a friend to have a application in Anna University. I didn't I didn't have I mean, I didn't apply for multimedia actually. My friend got the application and gave it to me, and okay, I liked multimedia, so let me apply for that, and then I applied, and then I got into Anna University. It is like a life-changing experience. That is the first time I'm coming to a city, so I came to Chennai for this multimedia. And then I started my journey there. So then I started learning different technologies about database, data structures, and all those things. So that is how I started. And then recently I completed my PhD. So that's the long story of my education. Regarding career, I was always wanted to, I don't want, I never wanted to work for any company. So I started my journey as a freelancer. So logo designing, web designing, graphic designing. So that's my interest. So I started as a freelancer. Luckily, my friend's father is in Indian Army, and we got a project when I was studying in Anna University ME Multimedia. I got a project from Indian Army, and I started developing videos for them, video editing. So that is how I started getting into freelancing, and then I became a full-time freelancer. Then I started a company, and we started developing applications. Then my interest developed into developing applications. So when I started developing applications, I was, at that time, internet is not that great, like 2003, 2005. Schools are not well advanced with online softwares. So we developed an online application for school management, like school management software. and which will send SMS. Students can log in. Now it is very famous. After COVID, schools has become digitized. At that time, schools were not digitized.
Right.
And nobody know what a online application is. I mean, we have to educate schools in order to get the software. So it became very difficult for us. We were not able to, I mean, we were a bootstrap company. Like, it's a own self-developed company, right? We don't have that much funds to market, and I don't have marketing experience either. I am a fresh college grad, and then I don't have any experience on creating softwares or selling those softwares. I never had that experience. And uh, and then we bankrupted that company. Then I did so many other ventures which failed. So before getting into GrabAgile, like, which is the company which I'm working right now, this is my like fifth company. Like, I failed four times before actually starting a successful company. uh, so many failures and so many years of experience that I got, which helped me in making GrabAgile the success and where I am right now. So this is the journey of my education and my career, Sachi.
A beautiful journey, starting with the taking care of your parents' expectations. That's the first thing you did. And then when you got the opportunity, you started experimenting with your own interest, passion. So that was pulling you, it was a magnet for you. Then you got
Yeah,
opportunities from the universe, so you grabbed it, just like Thaddeus says it.
yeah,
And then you started taking opportunities, identifying problems, giving them solutions,
correct.
accepting failures. And that's what I think students today now need to learn also, because most of the students, when we counsel them, they say they want to earn quick money,
Yeah.
and they just don't understand the power of taking baby steps. And this is a very important sharing which you have. I'm assuming all the students who are watching this video to understand that all people who grow high, they have to take those baby steps.
Yeah, and failure is very important in life. Like, in school, most of the times what happens is failing in subjects or failing in class is treated as a very low
Low.
level
Yeah,
IQ thing.
yeah.
But actually, in life, that is exactly the opposite. If you are not failing, you are not growing. Unless and until, I mean, we are not an expert, right? I am not an expert in anything. I'm just trying to go out in life and trying to figure out, and how will I succeed in the first take itself? It is impossible. And when you are doing those experiments, you will fail. And uh, uh, Edison, he failed 10,000 times in order to find a right bulb, right? He didn't say that I failed 10,000 times. Instead, he said, I found out 10,000 ways that a light will not work. That should be the attitude of teenagers today, and they should embrace the failure, and they should not stuck. I mean, they should not feel bad that they have failed. They should learn from their mistakes, and they should learn how to apply what they have learned from the failure, so that they will grow. Eventually, when you have that attitude, like, I mean, if we are failing, that doesn't mean that we are actually failing. We are actually learning so many things that comes with that failure. When you are having success, you will not learn anything. You will just feel so proud. Hey, I am successful, and there is no lessons learned in success. There are so many lessons we can learn in failure, and how to be grounded, how to be a better human being, how to be a good human being, how to help others. So you can learn so many things when you fail, and failure is not a bad thing. And I that's why I'm stressing it. Failure is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, right? And don't treat failure as a bad thing and then don't get embarrassed that I am failing. Just create an attitude that I am learning new things. When you fail, you just think that I am okay. This is an opportunity for me to learn, and how can I improve next? So that is the way that if you change the perspective of the thinking that you are having on failure, I mean, your life will be totally different. And I wish whoever is watching this podcast, I wish everybody experiment, fail a lot, learn a lot, and grow. I mean, eventually you will grow to a whole new level.
Right. Well said. And just one suggestion to the parents also who was watching this video. Accept failures from your children and help them to take it in a positive and a growth mindset, because you are the one who is the backbone of your children. And rather than criticizing and feeling bad, just be with them and support them.
Yeah, exactly. Sachi, you said it right. You know, most of the parents, that is the mindset that we have grown, right? The what happens is they want their kids or their children to be successful in life, and they don't want to see their children to be as a failures. But actually, failures, we when we tag a person as a failure, that will demotivate him or her from experimenting in life. When they don't want to when they don't want to experiment anymore, because they think that failing is bad and they will not experiment. And when they don't experiment, they will not be able to grow in business. Say, for example, if any child they wanted to go and try a business, what will happen? Definitely, they will face lot of challenges, lot of failures in their journey. And when they face those failures, they will not be able to manage that, because we are tagged. I mean, when we were kids, when we were children, we were tagged as failures. And because of the action that I am taking, if I am tagged as a failure, then I'll not try again, because I'll be thinking that, oh, I'm becoming a failure, I don't want to try this. So that will end up in most of the children becoming employees to somebody, and then they are stuck in their life for 20 years, 30 years, doing some job, earning money for their livelihood. And then they will realize, after 20 years, they will realize, oh, I lost my life doing one particular job or two jobs or three jobs, whatever their career is, right? And then they will realize this is not what I wanted in life. And then by the time they realize, they have lost 2 decades of their life,
Exactly.
right? So failures is very important, and I wish all the parents that who are watching this, show some empathy to your kids and be compassionate and let the kids fail. It is not wrong. I mean, I am a parent too, and I want my daughters to be successful in life. That doesn't mean that they should not fail in any subject or anything they do. That is not actually a right way of thinking as per me. I mean, that's what I think. So I wish every parent have that attitude and let their kids fail and grow.
Thank you for that sharing. And I am hope parents and students, everyone gets inspired from that. And quickly moving to one next question because we're short of time. You are working in agile technology. So most of the students or the people don't know what is agile technology and methodology. And you are a pioneer in this field. So would you like to share what this field is?
Yeah, agile technology or agile methodology, right? It's an approach to software development or project management that focuses on iterative progress. Like, say, for example, you're developing a application. I mean, say, let's take an example that everybody knows. Say, if you are designing a car, okay, that's a big project. So you need to design, there should be physics involved, there should be aerodynamics, There should be lot of components that are needed for that particular car. So when we are developing that project, right? When you are developing that project, there are so many different components that you need to develop, design, develop, plan, and then market, and then take it to the people who want to purchase that particular car. So there are different stages for any particular project to execute. So Agile is a methodology which will create, instead of following a strict linear plan, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that first, and all these things. Agile teams work in short cycles, it's called sprints, consistently reassessing, whatever we have done, okay, let's take one part, let's assess that what we are doing. So there will be multiple teams, so each project will be split in different teams, and when there are different teams, each team will be working on each component, and each component will be assessed. It's like a short cycle, and then adapting their strategies to meet changing requirements. Okay, this is not working. How can we change it? Okay, let's make this change so that it will fit. The door is not closing properly, so we need to adjust the door. We need to adjust the steering wheel. Like that, we'll be consistently reassessing and then delivering the best possible outcomes. So instead of completing everything and then figuring out, oh, I've built everything, but it is not coming together and it is not working. I mean, it will not work like that, right? So when using Agile, you will assess in each and every stage. So that's why Agile methodology is very popular nowadays in software development, automobile, and then mobile phone development, laptop development. Now, if you see, each and every year, new models are coming. How come they are developing so fast, so rapidly? Because they are following these agile methodologies so that they can increase the speed to market. So when we are developing using agile, the time to market will be very less. So that's why we use Agile uh, in the
Very well
development.
explained. And this also shows that agile methodologies, if we use, we can create sustainable and adaptable models which can quickly innovate and bring in new solutions and solve new problems. Yeah.
Exactly. And the other thing, right, by using Agile, we prioritize customer feedback. So it increases the team collaboration, adaptability, and this approach, right? It allows teams to quickly respond to changes, and it reduces so much of risk. Like as I said, when we develop everything together and then assemble it, it may or may not work. But actually, when we are iterating something, then you are reducing the risk. And when you are reducing the risk, you are saving so much of money, right? And the quality, it goes super high, and you deliver high quality products, and uh, uh, the time taken for a successful project is very less. So there are so many advantages, right? You can quickly respond to changes, reduce risk, deliver high quality, and produce faster. And in today's fast-paced tech industry, agility is crucial for staying competitive, right? There are so many competitors who are competing with you. So in order to be uh, competitive in the market, you need to be agile, right? Meeting the ever evolving needs of users, you have to make sure that you are agile and take the feedback, implement that feedback, and deliver it back to the customers.
Right. And when we get results, we get back a push to work more on that. So
Yeah,
that keeps
exactly.
on our toes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly. And uh, as I said, so much of time, money, energy will be saved because of this process that agile, because following the agile methodology, it will save lot of time, money, and effort.
So with that, we get two questions. Is it usable skill or methodology in all these sectors?
Yeah, nowadays many sectors like including the hospitality, right?
Mm.
Anywhere you have teams, right? Whatever business you take, there will be marketing, operations, sales. So if you take any business, it will have this. Not just IT companies that are having. This is a framework. Like for us, in our company we train Scrum. Scrum is a framework, and this Scrum can be implemented in any organization that has multiple teams. It can be marketing, sales, or operations. In aviation, right? There are multiple things that will be there. So wherever group of people are working together, you can implement Scrum, and you can have Scrum as a framework for their work. Scrum is not about what we are doing, but how we are doing, how we are conducting our meetings, how we are managing the team, how we are creating the project backlog. So most of the Scrum framework is all about how, not on what. The skills, like if you are learning C language or Java or anything, right? That is a skill that you are doing. So that is what. But how? So how you are doing, how you are creating your project backlog, how you are interacting with your team, how you are conducting your meetings. So that is whole new level, right? So these are the two different things. So most of the people, they get confused. So if I learn Scrum, if I get certified in Scrum, will I get a job? So Scrum is one part, like how to do the work, but what to do, that is a different thing. You can be a quality analyst, you can be a business analyst, or you can be a project manager. So there are different roles, different skills that are needed to have a job.
So we need to have a basic skill plus framework how to do that work role.
Exactly, that increases the efficiency and increases the improve the performance of the team altogether, not just the person who has learned the framework, but also the team performance will uh, rapidly increase because of using Scrum.
And it can help the students who are at the edge of career making. They are about to complete their graduation studies. If they learn this skill, they can make them stand apart in whatever field they are working in, whatever company they are working in. So
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
something must they should be doing it up.
Yes,
So would you like to share how can students learn this skill, or is it something which is learnable only after when we start working?
actually, Scrum is a framework which can be implemented in the family as well. Because we are a group of people, right?
Hmm.
Father, mother, mother-in-law, father-in-law, or kids. So when we are a family, we can actually implement Scrum. There is a very good case study that is there on how we can implement Scrum inside our family. Okay, how we can have an open conversation, because nowadays most of the times kids are using their mobile,
Yeah.
always on mobile phones. They don't get to have a one-to-one time with their family members. Like most of the times they'll be, I mean, if it is teenagers, they are in a whole new world, right? They'll be having their own friend circle and all those things. So in family also we can implement Scrum. And as a person, when you can learn these small things and apply these knowledge that you are learning in Scrum in the family, your family will be a whole new level. And there are so many case studies that are there. You can search case study on family from Scrum framework. So there are so many studies that are being done. So I mean, it'll be a very good thing that we can do.
Yeah, and a very nice takeaway from here. Just in a moment, you shared that all the parents and students who are listening to this, they should immediately stop this video and go to the Google and type and find it and download it and just start using it. Right, Vamsi?
Yeah, they can. I mean, it's a set of principles
Yeah.
that Scrum have, like Agile Manifesto
Mhm.
has a set of principles. like what to do, how to do, and all those things are there. So you can definitely explore it.
Great. Thank you for sharing. And with that, we go to another question. If a student or anyone wants to enter into this field of agile methodology, how they can enter? Is it certification required or some education or on-the-job learning?
Yeah, as I said before, these are two different things.
Hmm.
What we are doing and how we are doing. What we are doing is all about your core skills, like core technical skills, basically. I mean, if we are talking about software professionals, uh, it is going to be like you can learn Java or any programming language, maybe AI, ML. So there are so many things that you can learn. And this is purely a framework on how you are actually working. Like as I explained before, there are different certifications like Scrum Master, Scrum Product Owner, and different concepts also there. Agile is a bigger umbrella which has different framework like Scrum, XP, Lean, Scaled Agile, and there are different concepts that are there that comes under Agile. So one of the framework is Scrum, and there are different frameworks. Scaled Agile is one framework, XP, Lean. So there are different frameworks, and you can learn these frameworks. It will be an added to your profile. Like you can't have only Scrum certification and hey, I have a Scrum certification. Will I get a job? That is difficult. You
Hmm.
should have some core technical skill. On top of it, you can have, I mean, it will give an competitive advantage when you are applying for a job. So, okay, your core skill is this, and on top of it, you are having Scrum certification. So you have a advantage over your peers.
So we have two questions. One, there are many certificates available. How to choose? And second, when should students do this and from where?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I mean, certifications, there are so many certifications out there.
So
Uh,
choosing this right certificate from where and when? These three
Yeah,
questions.
it depends on the job role that they are in. Like, say, for example, most of the times when they are working at their role, they will be, I mean, the company that follows Agile, right? They will say that a particular role needs Scrum Master certification or Scaled Agile certification. So most of the times, companies give the mandate that okay, these are the roles that needs these certifications, and most of the times they go for it. And this is one criteria. The other criteria is when you are in a job and when you are looking for a new job. So when you are going for a new job, at that point of time, you will look for these certifications to make your profile look better and show that you are knowledgeable than others who are applying for that particular role. And this is how you can decide, like if your company is asking you to do it, you can do it. Or if you are changing your job and if you want to strengthen your profile, you can do that. And these are the two scenarios. And how to choose a company or how to choose an institute to go ahead and get the certification. First, you need to choose the certification that you want to choose. Like you can go for Scrum Master, you can go for Scrum Product Owner based on the role you can choose, and or you can go for Scaled Agile. So there are different certifications, and based on the requirement with the company or your career aspiration. Okay, I wanted to become an agile coach, so when you have an aspiration to become an agile coach, then you can take a path of getting your certification. So these are the different ways that you can choose, and where to choose. There are so many organizations like online organizations where you can go ahead and search for Scrum certification or Scaled Agile certifications. You will get so many companies and different pricing. So you can choose based on the availability in the market and then get the certification.
So these certifications are online available and effective online as well, or they student or should be going offline and getting it done?
Previously, Scrum certifications were offline certifications. Starting COVID, Scrum Alliance has changed the way they are giving the certifications to online. So it's like adapting to a new scenario, right? COVID has changed many lives. So it brought many changes how we actually do business, how we work, how we perform. So there are so many changes that COVID brought us. That is one of the change. This is one of the change. Before, there is no online training at all, only offline training. You have to go to a place. There will be 30, 40 participants, and Scrum trainer will be there, and then he will be teaching the participants, and then they will take an exam and get certified. But now everything is online. You can sit at your at the comfort of your home, take the session, and then take the exam and get certified.
And they are as effective as offline?
Yes, it is effective because these are the principles that you are learning, right?
Hmm.
And even for the job, many people are working remote. There will be
Yeah.
in different locations. So taking online is also one way advantage for the participants, that they actually see how they can work together as a different remote places. Like say, for example, if they are working from home, right? Everybody will be in different places. If they are in different locations, some companies, some teams will be there in Chennai, some team members will be in Gurgaon, Noida, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, wherever is your team, you can work together. You can come together and then work as a team. So these learnings that you are going through when you are getting certification will help you in your day-to-day office work as well.
Right. Very well explained. What is agile methodology, different certifications, when they should be taken, how they should be taken, and the importance of it. Thank you for sharing. Now, with this, we have a next question. You are working as a CTO. So,
Yes.
what are your roles and responsibilities, and how can a student who starts fresh can grow in this field?
Yeah. As a CTO, I take care of development. I told you, right? We
Hmm.
have three different divisions: training, consulting, and development,
Yeah.
like web applications where we develop. And I take care of technology part, wherein uh, managing the development team. So how to develop, what uh, features to release at what stage, and planning the overall software, different modules that needs to be developed, and getting the request. I mean, when we are having an application or when we are having a software, we'll be getting a lot of feedback from customers. So when we are getting a lot of feedback, we need to prioritize which topic or which module needs to be developed at what time. So what is the modules that has maximum impact on the business, like strategizing that. So my primary role will be three things. First, managing the development team who are working and foreseeing the development activities. And the second one will be releasing activities, like how to plan in such a way that it will help the customers maximum. And then strategizing the development activity. So with, with these three major roles and responsibilities, I manage the development team, right? And as we are agile company, like promoting a culture of continuous improvement, right? Encouraging that collaboration, leveraging different tools. Now with AI, lot of tools are there. So that supports agile practices, like there are different softwares that we can use, like Jira and Trello. Miro. So there are different softwares that has AI inbuilt in their softwares, where we can use those softwares and create the project management structure in order to deliver the project on time. And how to aspire to become a CTO? That's a very good question. Like, in order to become a CTO, there are different stages, like becoming a software developer first, then becoming an architect, creating applications, then becoming a vice president of a particular team or organization of development, then becoming a CTO. So there are multiple levels to become a CTO, and the starting point will be you can be a developer or designer or working in a software platform. You can aspire to become a CTO.
Is it necessary that a student to grow at this level, or maybe a fresher, they need to stick to one company or they can switch companies? Because switching has been a culture. So what is your take on this? Because when you stick, you learn and your credibility is there.
Yes, that's a very good question. Actually, many people nowadays they switch because of salary, right? If I switch a job, I'll get more salary,
Yeah. So
and
I'll just
I have
I'll
a
just interrupt.
negotiating.
So my experience is the students who come to me, they switch two reasons. One, they are not able to adjust with the bosses and the colleagues, so that there's a communication issue. And second is definitely salary.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. These are the major reasons for switching.
Hmm.
But when we are discussing about CTO, right? Like becoming a CTO, how and well, whether this switching will impact their career or not. Like, in my understanding, when you are working on a particular thing or particular role, right? Unless and until you are there for at least 2 years, you will not be able to get the knowledge that is necessary, right? If you are keep switching every year or 2 years, it will be very difficult. You need to get that knowledge first. So when you are starting your career, that is very important. That the motto should be knowledge. How can I acquire knowledge at this particular stage? It doesn't matter how much salary you are getting, because you have a huge life in front of you. I mean, you have so much scope, you have huge potential to learn, right? When you are having huge potential to learn, when you are creating a habit of switching over different companies, right? Your knowledge level will not scale that much. But when you are working in an organization and when you are learning, when inside that organization, if you want, you can upskill. Like, any job ask you to work for 8 hours, and they never ask any person to work more than 8 hours. But there will be certain situations where you may need to support beyond 8 hours, but it is us who need to manage our time. And if we are efficiently managing, this is what I see in US, right? Most of the people, they come on time, they go on time, and they never mix up their life with the work. Now, in our Indian culture, what has become, work has become life. Actually, work is part of life, and work is not life. The maximum time we are spending, 8 hours of our life we are spending in office. If we are going beyond that 8 hours and spending 3 4 hours on top of 8 hours, then yeah, where is your life, where you are spending, right? It is very important to understand that managing the time is very important, and learning and getting acquiring knowledge should be the primary motto for the people who are beginning their career. And once they acquire knowledge, then they can actually switch their job. Maybe 4 5 years in the first job will give them a very good knowledge. I mean, if you have a very good clarity on what to become, then I suggest having a 4 years of solid work experience in one company will benefit in a long career path.
It will basically teach them all the skills which they can learn as a fresher. Can be team
Exactly.
management, coordination, bosses,
Yes, yes, yes.
cooperation, and knowledge as well. So along with knowledge, plus they will have a security. They'll create their own credibilities.
Exactly. And the other thing is, on top of knowledge, right, you will be able to get, I mean, when you are working in an organization, you will have so much of opportunity to see different people, meet different people. When you are switching companies, you don't know. I mean, you're again going and learning about new person. You don't know what mindset they are having. You don't know what culture that company is having, what values that company has. So again, you will be a fresher in that company, right? If you're switching very fast, then you have to learn so many different things. Like you have to adjust with your team, adjust with your boss, adjust with the company management. So there are different things that you need to work on yourself, which will create a lot of stress and anxiety, because I mean, you're not there for a long time, right? So you don't know. So you need to learn, you need to learn. So much of learning. I mean, it'll become the important learnings that gives you a career path. Like skill set will be missing, but you will be learning so many other things which is not going to help you in a longer career path. So it is very important. That's the reason it's very important to stay for a longer period in the first job or second job, and then stay there, and then move to a new job.
Right. Very similar to learning different languages every year and using only one language throughout for the remaining years. So,
Exactly, very well said. That
right.
is a very good analogy. Yeah.
Thank you. So with this, I have another question. You have been in this role since a couple of years, but this year you are also as a part of Forbes Technology Council. So would you like to share your role in the Forbes?
Yeah, actually, there is a panel, expert panel, wherein as an expert, I can share my views on different questions that people will be asking, most popular questions. So they'll be populating that. Like it's an expert panel wherein different industry leaders will come together, and then they will share their views. And I am blessed to be part of Forbes Technology, wherein Technology Council, wherein I share my experience. And then I'll be writing different articles where whatever experience I gained, I'll be sharing that knowledge with people, right? And it gives a leverage to the people. They can learn from the experts, and they don't need to do the same mistake that somebody else has done, and they can avoid those mistakes, and then they can succeed much faster. Say, for example, if I have taken 10 years to build something, and if I have given the framework, somebody else can do it in 2 years or 3 years. They don't need to spend 5 years, right? Because I have gone through that path already, and you don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? You can just use the framework and then succeed in your life. So that's what happens. As an expert in Forbes, we'll be sharing our views, we'll be sharing articles that will be helping lot of young folks out there who will be learning from these expert articles and all.
So these sharings of experiences happen only for particular sectors, or is it for across all the work roles? It can be products or services.
Yeah, it can, I mean, I am in technology council. Like there are different councils, like business council, and there are different councils are there. Career council. So you can be part of any particular council based on your expertise. I mean, I am expert in technology, so I joined Forbes Tech Council. So as a part of my role, like CTO, this gives an opportunity to network with like-minded people, right?
Right.
All the other industry leaders out there, I mean, different industry leaders will come together and then be in that council. And when we are coming together, when we are meeting together, and everybody will share their what is happening in their industry, like a particular leader can be from automotive industry, one person can be hospitality industry, aviation, education, or any industry, right? So when everybody is coming together, it's like a huge networking opportunity for you to network with like-minded people, and then have uh, a quick conversation with industry leaders, right? That's an added advantage of being in Forbes Council.
Right. So along with networking contribution, you also pass on your learning. So people who have expertise in their area should be being a part of this, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, any person who is taking care of technology, they can join Tech Council. Business, they can join Business Council. So there are different councils. So they will have like-minded people out there, so they can share their views.
Right. So a very good energy flow happens over there because of like-minded people.
Exactly. Yes.
Now, one of the questions I have is, your educational background was in computer science, and then you used it along with experimenting different. So the basic engineering education has actually helped you to reach at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to start somewhere, right? To reach somewhere, you have to start. So
Right.
my starting point was my B.Tech, like engineering in computer science. That was my first stepping stone, which helped me grow in my life, right? After that, I've done masters in multimedia. Then I've done PhD. So this is like it's like it's all lifelong learning, right? You have to learn throughout your life. In the beginning, I thought when I completed my masters, right? First, when I completed my engineering, I thought, okay, I've done. I don't need to study anymore. That's what the attitude that I was having, but that is a wrong attitude. Actually, in life, to be successful, you have to be open minded and you have to learn throughout your life. There are different things that you have to learn. When you when you are a student, when you are studying, you have to learn to be a good student. When you are in a job, you have to learn how to be a good employee, and how to provide maximum value to the company so that you will grow in the company. When you marry, you have to be a good husband or wife. And when you are having kids, you have to learn to be a better parent. when you are uh, uh, when your parents are getting older, you have to be a good son or daughter for your parents, helping them in their life. So each and every stage of your life, you have to learn. And when you start earning, how to manage your finances, you have to learn about money. And when you are growing older, you have to learn about your health. So each and every stage of your life, it's like a lifelong learning. You can't stop your learning and say, okay, I am done with my college degree and I am not going to open any books. That is not the case. The more you read, the more you study, the more you learn, the more you grow. Okay. And I had an attitude till, I mean, for I would say for till the past 2 years, right? Before 2 years, I started actually learning. 2 3 years, like 2020 one or two, I started realizing that my knowledge is not sufficient. And please don't make this mistake. If you are an youngster and you have huge life in front of you, So you can learn, you have to learn. I mean, in order to be successful, you have to learn about money, you have to learn about relationship, you have to learn about health, you have to learn how to manage your relationships with your family, with your office colleagues, how to handle your boss. So there are so many things that you need to learn. So don't stop your education after completing your degree.
Thank you for sharing. And so learning is a continuous process. And all the students who are listening this video or the podcast, right now you are in school. So just keep trying on different activities which are there in your school. So you might fail, you might not be able to perform them, but be a participant in all the activities which are there in your school. So it will create a learning attitude for you right now, using schools as a field for you open to experiment everything.
Correct.
Now we have one more question for you, if you
Sure.
have time.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Now you are into so many things and you said learning is a continuous process. So we want to know, how do you take care of your health? And second, what advice you have for the students to take care of their health right now?
Yeah, taking care of health is the most important thing. When we say health, most of the people think about physical body health. Okay, being healthy. I should be able to take a walk. I should be able to do my job. So most of the, I mean, 90% of the people, I mean, including me, I didn't know this before. I just wanted to share this with the viewers that are viewing this video. It has to be two areas, health areas. One is physical body and mental body. We, as a person, we have two areas to take care, two health areas. uh, when you take care of your physical body, you will be energetic throughout the day and then do your work and all. You have to be mentally strong as well. And to cope up with the day-to-day activities, with the speed of competition that we are having, huge competition. I mean, we are running so fast that we forget to take care of ourselves. And taking care, self-care is very important. And this self-care includes both physical body and mental body. And when, what is mental body? Like how you are thinking, what is the way you are actually responding to your failures or success, or how you are responding to your family members. I mean, many people take the family for granted, and they will not spend their time with family members. Spend time with your parents, spend time with your kids, and spend time with your friends, right? So as a person, you need to have both the areas covered, mentally and physically. So when you take care of these two things, you will be able to uh, you will be able to manage the challenges that you are getting, right? There will be so many challenges. I mean, when we go out after school, right, there will be so many challenges. You will be stressed out. Oh, how can I handle this? How can I show my face in front of my father? I failed this interview. Oh, I could not get a job in the first interview itself. Or I could not clear my exams, or I could not get the seat that I am deserving, I'm aspiring to reach, or I could not get a seat in the college. So there are so many challenges that you will face. So you should be mentally strong so that you will be able to achieve bigger things in life. So it is very important to take care of physical health and mental health together.
Nice sharing. And the students particularly was preparing for academics, competitions, entrance exam. It's very important for you right now to start practicing both the areas along with your academics, rather than
Exactly.
just focusing for 10, 12 hours preparing for competitive exams. That's what we tell our students.
Yeah,
So,
that is very important too. I mean, you have to clear your container. Your brain is a container. Okay, that container has a capacity. If you are keep overloading with the educational content again and again and again, you will be overloaded. You should give some space. You should give that breather so that you will get that space so you can actually add more knowledge to you, right? And if you are taking care of your body, if you are taking care of your mind, then you will be able to achieve so much more. If you are not giving gap, if you are keep running, you will be exhausted. After a point of time, you will not be able to forget about running. You will not be able to walk. So you will be so exhausted. But when you are taking that intermittent breaks and taking that intermittent, giving your mind some gap, right? It will help you go a longer way, right? You will achieve more bigger things.
Thank you for that sharing. And I hope students listen very carefully and implement the parts by pausing the video step by step, because we had very good learning today. And before we end the session, I would like to know from you any one advice you want to give to yourself, to your younger self, had you known all this and now you go back maybe 20, 30 years back and restart your career. So how would it be different?
Yeah, first thing is the attitude towards learning. I mean, when I completed my master's, right? I thought I am done. I don't need any education. That was my attitude. And at that point, I thought I know everything. I don't need anything else. And I became an expert. I am not, which I was not. And that was the attitude that I was having. If I have started my learning journey then, like immediately after completing my master's, I would have saved at least 10 years of my life. And I would have been even a better person and even in a better situation. But I don't have any regrets. I learned a hard way, right? By failing again and again and again, failing so many ventures because I was not learning. I failed because I was not open enough to learn, right? And when I was not learning, I was failing. But when I started learning, my life started changing. And then I realized I can be happy, I can be successful, I can be helpful for others. So there is a huge scope when you are a learner, lifelong learner. That is my first thing. Be open to learning. Don't stop your learning. Be a lifelong learner, and I'm sure you will be happy and successful. Okay, that is my first thing. And second advice, don't worry about failures. Don't worry about challenges. And when you are doing something for the first time, you will fail. When you are doing something for the first time, you will have challenges. When you are doing something for the first time, you will not have success in the first attempt itself. That is a very less percent of people have that. Okay, starting the first thing and then becoming successful. I mean, there are very less examples in life, but there are so many examples wherein people have failed multiple times in order to reach a particular goal. They have faced so many challenges, they have faced so many failures in their life, that then only they have reached that particular stage. So don't shy yourself from failures. Okay, make sure that you face that failure as a learning. Treat any failure as a learning. What can I learn from this? And how can I implement my learnings and then improve my life and grow in my life? So that should be the attitude. And the third and final advice, the important. I mean, right now, it might not be the case for young kids, but it is very important to understand there is so much more beyond our work, right? there is life. You need to live your life. You need to enjoy your life. When you start your career, when you struggle for money, when you struggle earning money, right? Most of the people give up and they just work on 9 to 5 jobs and they'll be stuck for so many years. So have an open mindset, build an aspiration to become an entrepreneur, and you can become a great personality when you give opportunity to others. You will learn a lot, you will fail a lot. I mean, becoming an entrepreneur is not easy, but when you have that aspiration, don't kill that because of one failure or two failures. Continue your journey. I mean, I failed for almost 23 years. I didn't see my first success day one. I struggled for more than 2 decades to become successful. And my first venture, I didn't get anything. And many companies, right? They don't succeed in the first venture itself. So have that attitude towards your aspirations, right? And whatever is your aspiration to become, just go on that path and don't get distracted in between, right? Most of the people nowadays, they will get distracted. Okay, I'll do this, I'll do that, and they will take multiple things and then they will not be able to succeed in any of that. So it is very important for a person to choose one thing and then focus on that particular thing so that they'll be huge successful.
Definitely. Very good learnings and teachings we had today. And I hope all the students who are watching will definitely have been making their notes and putting them on their walls, because that's what we advise all our students. You need to have something on your walls which inspires you, motivates you. And these three takeaways are the golden nuggets from you.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I would, uh, uh, I mean, uh, it's a privilege to be a part of a podcast which is inspiring young generation, and I am so happy that I am here and spending time with you. I mean, thank you for giving me that opportunity to come in front of the young generation and talking about so many different things. Thank you so much.